Welcome to Pete and Hannah's Watchlist. I'm your host, Pete Mitchell. I'm here with a great co-host, Anna.
Hello, people.
Hannah, we're here today for AFI Top 100 10-Year Revisited. But before we begin, let us tell the viewers and the listeners what they should do.
Could you pretty please leave a like and subscribe to the channel?
Subscribe.
Leave a comment down below your feedback on the show. Thoughts, questions, comments, queries, all that jazz. Welcome to our comments below.
Hit the notification button and you'll get great content like this one, including What's Next, the show where we help you figure out what to watch next. And we did a little school holidays version of What's Next. We did Bad Guys 2. We also did Gabby's Doll's House. And we also looked at a...
Big, bold, beautiful Johnny.
Yeah, which is not a school holidays fair. And today, AFI Top 100. Tomorrow is movie news where we preview one battle after another. And then Friday is movie championship holder. It's actually 1971, Hannah. 1972 we did last time because we did The Godfather as the championship holder.
You made me an offer I couldn't refuse.
True. Hannah, let us get on to today's show. And today's show is all about movie number 9 on the AFI Top 100 10-Year Revisited list. It is a movie called Vertigo. Have you seen it before?
Yes,
Yes.
actually I
We
have.
both have seen this one before. We own a copy. Yes.
Yeah.
It is a Blu-ray copy.
Yes.
This movie was... It was number 61 on the list in 1997.
Yeah,
It rose.
It rose very high.
The other pitch, recovering from an injury, former detective is hired to follow a wife who is having problems thinking she is another person, living another life.
Yep.
And the problem is, he falls in love with her. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Directed by Alfred Hitchcock, which had on the list before with Psycho, also Rear Window, and also by Northwest. Screenplay by Alec Coppel and Samuel Taylor. It is based on the novel of French novel of Don Andrés Lamotte's Pierre Boulez and Thomas Najuk. That is just terrible French, Peter. I did French at school. Produced by Alfred Hitchcock. Starred, we'll go into that, Robert Burks as the cinematographer. Edited by George Tomancini. Music by Bernard Herrmann. Alfred Hitchcock was the production company, distributed by Paramount Pictures. Release date was May 9th, 1958. Running time, 128 minutes. In $2.5 million budget and 7.3 box office.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the movies that released in the year. That is 1950.
1958.
1958 movie releases, Hen. Okay.
Tell me about it.
Indiscreet for Warner Brothers. Some came running for MGM. The Inn of the Sixth Happiness. The Young Lions, which starred Marlon Brando. The Vikings. Gigi.
Oh, Gigi.
The great musical.
Oh,
Directed by Vincent Minnelli.
Yes.
And also produced by Arthur Freed, who did the movie we had on the list last week.
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz. And
Yes.
he also...
He pops up again.
Yeah, it pops up with Singing in the Rain as well. No Time for Sergeants. Cat on the Hot Tin Roof. It's great.
Wow, no play and Tennessee Williams play.
Yeah.
Yep.
Paul Newman, Elizabeth Taylor. Auntie Mame. And South Pacific was the number one movie in 1958.
Auntie Mame, love that movie. And then, South Pacific also, yeah. I mean, it's Rodgers and Hammerstein. Can't go wrong.
So a couple weeks ago we had Psycho, which was number 14 on the list.
Yeah.
We had Rear Window.
Rear Window.
Which I'm just looking it up on the list now.
North by North.
Rear Window was number 42.
Yep.
And North by Northwest was number 55.
Yes.
Rear Window was actually number 48.
Yeah.
It was 42 the last time. Do you think those are the correct order for these films?
No.
Yeah, let's go into that later. But
We'll go into that, but definitely no. It's interesting because this film did jump on this list. And
it's not only that, Ham, because the film, not in the top 10 list there, it was a middling picture.
Didn't do well at the time.
Dwarfed by the popularity of Psycho a couple years later.
The questionability of why pick Jimmy Stewart as well.
He wasn't happy picking Jimmy Stewart in the end. He said that it was a big flaw in the movie. Doing the research for this, there's a great lot of special features on the Blu-ray, including an interview by French film writer Francois Truffaut, who did an interview with Alfred Hitchcock. He said he really enjoyed making Vertigo. He said it was pushing some boundaries, but a couple of things that it made him not be the most favourite movie. Like he said, craft-wise is probably the best he's directed.
Yeah, he's crafting, yeah.
But two things, he said, one, Jimmy Stewart, too old to play a love interest of a 20...
Yes, because it does...
I think he was 49 at the time.
Yeah, no, he unfortunately does look it. I mean...
Yep.
Hollywood did get away with that a lot. I mean, literally in the same year,
he's supposed to be older,
but also in the same year, we have a movie like Gigi. So you kind of weirdly you could get away with it. So
also, the fact that the biggest problem that Hitchcock had with this movie, there's a big hole in this movie, and the hole of this in this movie is how does the husband know that Jimmy Stewart has vertigo?
What do you mean? Because it was reported. His accident was reported.
Yeah, there's a difference between having vertigo and going up those stairs. So he's taking a punt that he's not going to go up those stairs.
Yeah, he took the punt.
In Hitchcock's mind, how did he know? Because this is one of Hitchcock's... In one of Hitchcock's things, he said, okay, I took a punt that the guy had vertigo, but Hitchcock said in the interview... How did he really know that he wasn't going to go up the stairs and save the woman that he was in love with? So that is what the crux of the movie holds together. And sometimes movies are held by a paper thing. But the thing is with this movie, the thing is with this movie is about 10 years after it was released, it got found in a film book. And someone wrote a really in-depth, yep.
Yeah.
Then Sight and Sound started rise on that list.
Oh.
And to affect that, in the 2000s, it became the number one movie.
Of his work?
No. The number one movie of all time.
Oh, that's what I've heard. Yes.
It's so, like...
It snowballed its way there.
Like, Martin Scorsese says this is Alfred Hitchcock's best work. Like... A lot of people, a lot of filmmakers, Denis Villeneuve said this is one of the best movies of all time.
As a craftsman, probably.
It just really just pushed that. So we'll go into a lot of that.
How it got to be this popular, despite the fact, probably the average person hasn't even seen Vertigo out of Hitchcock's work. Yeah. Would never name Vertigo as their favorite.
Okay, so the film was shot in San Francisco as well as Mission San Juan Bautista, the Big Basin, Redwoods State Park, Cypress Point, which is home to Pebble Beach, which is a famous golf course. And it was filmed in VistaVision, which we've had it on a few times here. We got to see a film that was filmed in VistaVision, the great Paul Thomas Anderson's latest movie, One Bell After Another, is filmed in VistaVision as well.
I'm a big fan of VistaVision.
Brutalist was filmed in last year at VistaVision. Shane, we had that on the list.
Yeah, but there's some movies I'll forget.
Year before. So, yeah, like, it's huge movie. People love this movie. They just, James Stewart played John Scotty Ferguson. This is, we've had so many Jimmy Stewart movies on this. Yeah,
Jimmy Stewart has popped up multiple times. And it's surprising because Jimmy Stewart's probably not I would say in his acting, he does similarly play the same kind of person each time with just varying details changed. He's not probably a very deep actor, but I do love him every time I see him.
Okay, so we've got Jimmy Stewart in the Philadelphia Story. Mm-hmm. Jimmy Stewart in the two Frank Capra movies, which included
It's a Wonderful
Life and
Mrs.
Smith Goes Washington. He was also in Rear Window, and he was also in Vertigo.
Yeah.
So 5 movies on the list.
2 of them Hitchcock, 2 of them Frank Capra.
Yeah.
Like he's just, it's just.
And one of them, the other one, is one of the best rom-coms of all time.
Yeah.
Kim Novak was not the first choice for this role. The first choice was a lady that we had on the list previous. She starred in Psycho as the Janet Leigh's sister.
Oh, Janet Leigh's sister.
Yeah,
Oh.
so Vera Miles. She became pregnant and...
Can do the role, yes.
yeah, if you ever watch the movie Hitchcock, which is played by... Alfred Hitchcock's played by Anthony Hopkins, they go into how he was so hurt by the fact that Vera Miles got pregnant and
How dare
he was
you.
going to make her an absolute big, huge star. And it didn't turn out that great. So Kim Novak, he had a chance to, because the filming got delayed because he had a gallbladder problem where he had surgery, and so he had a chance to bring back Vera Miles, but he ended up being sold on Kim Novak. She didn't have a great career after this.
She appears in another movie with Jimmy Stewart. The witch. It's like the...
Yeah, that was the deal that they made for her to actually do this movie.
Oh.
So they got Jimmy Stewart to appear, and it actually came out the year after this movie. So
It's cute.
Tom Helmore plays Galvin Elsa, who's the husband. Barbara Bell Geddes plays Midge. She's like a famous Broadway actor. Henry Jones is the coroner. Raymond Bailey as Scotty's doctor. Ellen Corby as the manager of the McKittrick Hotel. Alfred Hitchcock's legendary cameo. He walking in front of Gavin Elsa's shipyard carrying a trumpet case. So there you go.
I didn't remember seeing him, but that probably checks.
So as I said before, the screenplay of Vertigo is an adaptation of the French novel Dans Entre les Morts, which is From Among the Dead.
Ah.
Hitchcock attempted to buy the rights to the previous novel by the same authors, which is Ciel qui est notre plot, and which is She Wears No More, but failed, and instead adapted the Henri Georges Clervaux
I love you trying to do this translation.
Les Bordeaux. Although Francis Truffaut once suggested that Den Entre les Morts was specifically written for Hitchcock, it wasn't the case. Paramount Pictures commissioned on the synopsis of Den Entre les Morts in 1954 before it was translated as A Living Dead. And that was what the title was when they began filming in San Francisco in 1957, From Among the Dead. The film uses extensive local footage, including Golden Gate Bridge and San Francisco Bay Area. In the diving scene shot in San Francisco, the main characters and cars are almost pictured hearing from down the city's steepling incline streets. A lot of the inner shots were on stages in Paramount.
Yeah.
In the documentary on the Blu-ray, there is categories of people that he worked with many times. One was costume designer Edith Head. Edith Head was an amazing costume designer, and the costumes in this movie are great. It's Pink Bond one costume, which is the grey suit, and normally grey and blonde doesn't work, but it was very important that they had that, especially for the scenes where in the...
when it gets reused again, the grey suit, or...
No, when in the cemetery scenes, where it's grey suit.
Yeah.
Those cemetery scenes were filmed with a fog machine, and so it was fog machine lens, and to create that
okay.
hazy sort of thing.
And so when she appears, yes.
It's like a dream-like sequence.
It is quite amazing.
Grey was chosen for Madeline suit in an attempt to be the psychological jarring, and as it's not blonde's usual colour. There you go.
Stunning.
When, especially at the end, when he gets her to change from the redhead to the blonde, and then from the normal suit she wears to the grey suit, and then she comes out of the bathroom after she's put her hair up, and he says
walking towards her.
He says something in that documentary, and he says when she turned up with her blonde hair and her blonde hair was down, and not showing her hair up when she knew he wanted her out, it was like a woman walking into a bedroom with her bra and panties on and not fully stripping. And then when she came out, she was fully lay bare as
In his eyes,
Madeline.
yes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That one of the
Strange,
things
okay.
one of the things with this movie is a lot of people thought it was purely about obsession, but Alfred Hitchcock said it's a lot deeper than just a male obsession. It was also the obsession of Madeline.
Oh, yeah.
Also trying to get him to love her for her, and she fought and fought and fought, and then
She gives
gave
in.
Yeah, gave in finally. So, yeah,
It's a tug and pull situation between all the players because, all of it is just like him being used as a pawn anyway in someone else's game.
we talked about the a little bit in Psycho how the editors got into the production code administration. Remember, like all the way back in the 30s, it was like that code, and it was starting to come towards the end.
Yep.
And then from 60s onwards, like in
You could
late
be a
60s
little
onwards,
bit risque.
yeah,
of course.
we got Psycho, but they had to change the ending in the world markets. So the original ending, the way it finishes with her falling to her death, it actually doesn't end that way in overseas. And so on the Blu-ray extras, they actually show the original ending. And the original ending was fought for the American market by Jeffrey Sherlock and the Code Administration. But Hitchcock really fought hard against it. And he got his way. But in overseas, he didn't get his way. So they had to release it. And what the ending was Midge was hearing the radio where the husband was getting chased down for the murder of his wife, Madeline. And then Scotty walks into Midge's apartment, and then they have a scotch, and then the Paramount thing comes up. So the edit was that you can't get a man can't get away with murder of his wife.
Yeah.
So that was the edit. So yeah, a bit different.
That is a big difference because how the ending is more tragic with, unfortunately, the real Madeline Judy falling to her death.
So the film score was by Hitchcock collaborator Bernard Herrmann, and it actually makes this movie. This is the difference between a normal movie, and it was conducted by Merv Matheson and recorded in Europe because of the musician strike that was happening in the United States at the time. In Sight and Sound magazine, we talked about how it got higher rated. Martin Scorsese describes the qualities of Herrmann's score. Hitchcock's film is about obsession, which means it's about circling back to the same moment again and again. And the music is also built around spirals and circles, fulfillment and despair.
Yep.
Herrmann really understood what Hitchcock was going for. He wanted to penetrate to the heart of obsession. So Scorsese saying it was all about obsession. Hitchcock was about longing. It's about lust. It's about people wanting different things from people. At the heart of it was obsession. So yeah, graphic designer Saul Bass is a great job on the poster. It's one of the greatest movie posters of all time, and he uses spiral motifs in both the title sequence and also the movie poster, emphasizing. There's another documentary on all about Saul Bass, and it goes for like an hour, and it's so interesting. And Saul Bass has worked with Martin Scorsese and heaps more people. Kim Novak wanted to do the opening title sequence, but Harry Cohn insisted Hitchcock pay her full rate for the single day shooting, so another face was chosen. Harry Cohn actually died that year as well.
Oh.
He was one of the original founders of Paramount.
Yeah.
So he died that year too.
Yeah.
Vertigo received mixed reviews and on release, but it has since become considered Hitchcock's magnum opus. Disagree.
Well,
And one of the greatest films of all time. In 1989, it was the first 25 film selected in the Library of Congress for preservation. There is a... because it was in film stock in Universal, because, remember, his films got bought by Universal.
yeah.
And so they tried to preserve it. VistaVision, they put it on 70mm print. You could have watched it in the mid-90s. And, they had to do a little bit of colour coding to it because it had been deteriorating so badly.
Yeah,
so
of
they
course,
had to do a
yeah.
little bit of computer. We watched a copy of it. It's quite amazing on the big screen. Really enjoyed it. The film also appears in the American Institute Sight and Sound. Came second place in the 2022 edition, the last one. So the initial critical reception, Variety wrote that it showed Hitchcock's mastery, but the film feels too long, and it's basically a psychological murder mystery. The New York Times, Bosley Crowther, which we've had many times on the list, gave Vertigo qualified praise by stating that the secret of the film is so clever, even though it's devilishly far-fetched. That's true. That is true. New York Post echoed many critics by saying, "Let's admit it right now, Hitchcock's surfaces are so smooth he thinks he can get away with murder in the logic and realism departments. If you want to tear Vertigo apart, it rips easily." That's so true. That's what even Hitchcock himself says that. On the other hand, there's no denying that James Stewart's unactorious acting carries a heavy air of reality to the picture. I disagree. I think he's terrible in this film.
I think he's doing.
I think he's absolutely so bad in this film.
I think he's doing Jimmy Stewart in this film, and I don't mind it.
No, I prefer no. I think Jimmy Stewart is It's One of Life. That's Jimmy Stewart. That's,
you're saying the hopeful. We gotta save.
This guy jerk in this movie.
That's.
He's just so bad in this movie, I think.
I like the jerk thing.
The scene where he gets up on the stepladder in Midge's apartment and feigns vertigo is so bad.
So how do you feign vertigo?
Not like that. In doubtful that Vertigo can take equal rank with one of the best of Hitchcock studies, but there is too many holes, and that's why it can't be the best.
Holy.
Agree.
Okay.
I agree. Didn't win any awards at the time. So the big award winner...
Oh, was Gigi, no?
It was. Hen.
Yeah. I think
directing was Vincent Minnelli, which is former husband of Judy
Vincent
Garland.
Minnelli definitely should have won an award.
Yeah.
Maybe not for Gigi, but yeah. I'll give him. He definitely deserved to win one.
Editing went to Gigi.
Yep.
No nominations for Vertigo. Okay. It didn't even get nominated for music.
Well, you can't. You have Gigi.
No. But it didn't even get nominated for music. Which I thought
didn't even get nominated.
fantastic.
No.
Yeah,
It's unfortunate.
Nominees for Best Picture that year were Gigi, Annie Mae, Cat on Hot Temper, The Defiant Ones, which is by Stanley Kramer. Separate Tables. So that was the nominations. Yeah, the only nomination they got was for sound, which went to
South Pacific.
No special effects, which is unusual as well, because that has a good special effects. But there you go. There's the Oscars for 1958 films in 1959. When was the ceremony?
It's an interesting year.
Yeah.
I honestly look back. I probably wouldn't give it to Gigi. Gigi just, I don't know. Gigi's great as a musical and as Vince Minnelli, but I feel like...
Well, if people already done it now, they would have given it to Vertigo, which I don't think it deserves,
but also Gigi itself is just... That doesn't sit well. That one doesn't sit well as a musical compared to South Pacific.
Okay,
sits well.
reaction to the film recently, 8.2 on IMDb, 93 for Rotten Tomatoes, and 4.2 for Letterboxd. The film bros love this movie.
They do.
Okay, so 61 on the AFI Top 100 list. 18 in thrills, 18 in passions, 12 in film scores. Definitely deserves that.
passion.
Ninth in this edition, and 1 in mystery. You know what mystery? Psycho. That I reckon that's a better mystery than this.
I'd go Psycho. I'd go. Man, I think there'd be even other ones of Hitchcock's. I wouldn't say the mystery is the most intriguing or just like stunningly amazing thing about this movie.
Yeah.
The mystery itself. I mean, you go along, but I wouldn't say the mystery is the best part.
Okay. Every Thursday on our channel, Movie News, we do a segment called Clickbait Hot Takes. Last week, my hot take was Rob Redford is the greatest actor never to win an Academy Award for Best Actor.
Ooh, the man is hot.
Yeah. Tough. So, Hannah, what is your hottie hot take?
Okay. I do love this movie.
Yeah.
However, I would akin. Vertigo is like watching a car crash happen. It is the most horrifying thing happening,
Yeah.
but I cannot look away because I am so sucked in by it.
Yeah.
Vertigo has this quality to it. Like, you're watching a guy follow a woman who's gone crazy, basically, and then ends up falling in love with her despite knowing she's a married woman.
Yeah.
Then finding out, of course, that's not the case. But still, she's married and he's still like, I'm in love with you. And she's back and she's crazy. Anyway.
Before she falls for her death, he falls in love with her again.
Yeah. Not really. He just falls in love with the old version of her, not Judy, who she's trying to fall in love. It's a whole thing of just like everything just keeps getting worse.
But he falls out of love with her when he sees the jewel and it remembers back to the painting.
Yeah. No, because it clicks into him.
Yeah.
Because then he goes back to the case worker that he is. Like he's the detective at heart. And I love that. I don't love you find out the letter when she writes out and us, the audience, know the real case of what's happened. I'd prefer if we didn't get that bit because it's much interesting when you think this is a new person and he keeps forcing her to be Madeline. And then you find out when she has the jewel. That would have been more interesting for the audience.
Yeah.
That's more of a mystery. Kind of like don't tell the audience, show us so we could be like shocked. Because when he's like trying to dress up Madeline, it is like, Judy to dress like Madeline. It's horrifying to watch because he's losing himself.
Yes.
You're like, please stop. Like, this is horrifying. And she is like, no, like maybe he'll fall in love with me. Maybe. And then she just gives in and then is an idiot and, keeps, the motif. But it's, again, akin to a car crash where this is horrifying. I cannot look away at any moment. I'm just so, like, watching this movie again just made me go, oh, wow. Yeah, no. I love watching it, but I would never put this as my favorite Hitchcock.
No.
I would never say it's his best. Some of the craftsmanship, yeah, because, like, again, if she didn't write that letter, I would have been like, yeah, of course. Because it's so great when you see that necklace again. Because the whole movie keeps doing this thing where you replay different scenes again and again.
So in the original edit, the letter scene was in it. Then Hitchcock takes it out, right? And the editor and the writer wants it in. Ugh. Then they show it to Paramount and then they get it back in. But Hitchcock's right. It never should have been in there, the letter bit.
Because it's so interesting.
When the jewel happens, that is the great twist.
You were just like, you, the audience, get to figure that out too. Yeah. And it's just... That's the twist.
Yeah. It's
similar to when you watch Psycho and you get to the end and then the guy announces exactly what we just watched. You don't need it. Yeah. It's unnecessary. I know from an audience standpoint it may help, but it is unnecessary. Yeah. But yeah, no, this movie is akin to watching a car crash because it's horrifying.
It's funny how
can't look away. Perfect.
Like the way this movie finishes in America with the death so quickly and then they just pan to Jimmy Stewart's face and then that's the end. Like, it just goes to show he doesn't like to do all those endings. And then 2 years later with Psycho, he does that big, long ending, He should have just ended on Anthony Perkins' face. But anyway. My hot take is, okay, I've got 2, okay?
Oh, let the man speak.
All right, so the first hot take is, if you put Steve McQueen as Scotty in this movie, it is so much better, right?
Sure, yeah.
But Steve McQueen,
at the time, he was doing...
Well, even maybe put Paul Newman in this role.
Wow. No. Whoa.
Or Robert Redford. Imagine a young Robert
sorry.
Redford.
Sorry, yeah, okay.
Imagine a young Robert Redford.
The only thing is that the character, after his accident at the start of the film, does say he's going to quit/retire. And if he's older, it makes more sense than a young buck retiring from the force so young.
Yeah, but then don't make the young wife 23 or whatever.
26, because Madeline, because she commits suicide at 26.
Sure. But don't make her 26, because like, how's she going to fall in love with a 49-year-old Jimmy Stewart?
I mean, again, we're talking about
Okay. All right.
a teenager falling in love with
That's
a
my
30-year-old.
one. But here's my other one, right?
GG.
I know that New York and I know LA and London do great movies, but San Francisco movies are so stylish and just some of the best, okay? Here's some of the top picks for San Francisco movies.
Tell me.
The Game, Dave Fincher's The Game, starring Michael Douglas and Sean Penn. Great movie.
Okay.
Zodiac, true story, but another David Fincher movie. Great film. What a film. Bullet, starring Steve McQueen. The Conversation, we've mentioned a few times.
Mentioned,
yeah.
yes.
Pursuit of Happiness, Blue Jasmine, The Rise of Planet of the Apes. Now, that is so good, that film. That the end scene on the Golden Gate Bridge, brilliant. The Rock.
Welcome to The Rock.
The Rock, how good is that? So you get all those Escape from Alcatraz and all those movies.
Princess Diaries.
Clint Eastwood's Dirty Harry. You get the Dirty Harry films.
Yep.
You get The Last Black Man in San Francisco. Great film. 48 Hours. Great film. The Birds. Mrs. Doubtfire. What a film that is,
X-Men The Last Stand. You have the bit where Magneto takes out the bridge.
Oh, What's Up, Doc? Foul Play with Goldie Hawn and Chevy Chase. Yeah. The Disaster Artist.
Oh, yeah. But that's, based off, yeah.
Yeah. All the great... The Presidio with Sean Connery and... Mark Hamill, just Milk, Harold and Maude. Pacific Heights is a great film with Michael Keaton and Melanie Griffith. Great film. Boy Man of Alcatraz, The Age of Adeline, Bicentennial Man, Metro, Sister Act. Give me that, San Francisco. Oh my God. And Basic Instinct, of course. So yeah, there's some great... That's my hot take. San Francisco, stylish.
It's probably...
Fantastic thriller movies.
You're like, it's the best of the cities.
It's the best of the cities.
It is probably the more interesting.
Thrillerific.
More interesting, yeah.
All right, it's time for Pete and Hannah's reviews, and it's scene breakdown time, and it's brought to you by Hannah today.
That's me.
Great.
She's here.
She did such a great job last week. I think she's going to take over this full time.
No. Only
the movies I like, pick it up.
Only the movies I've actually seen. Well, of course, we open with some opening credits. Stylish,
So mess.
So stylish.
Yeah.
But then we enter in the movie. A man is being chased by a police officer, and Scotty. God, he has so many names.
Scotty Ferguson.
I just like to say. I'll call him Scotty.
Yeah, let's call him Scotty.
Yeah, let's call him Scotty, because that's what friends call him.
Sure.
Scotty ends up, they're chasing this guy on the roof, and Scotty ends up slips, and he's clinging off the roof.
Yep.
The police officer actually reaches out to go help him, but when Scotty looks down, he's getting a little bit woozy, and the police officer slips, and he falls straight to his death.
This is another thing that doesn't really go well for me is Jimmy Stewart as
a klutz, because he's been a klutz. I feel like that makes sense for his character.
Like an athletic cop. But
he's like more of a detective.
Yeah, it just doesn't work for me. But continue.
But he did slip off a roof, so he.
Yeah, but even the best slip on the roof. Dylan McDermott.
I knew it. That's exactly what I thought of Dylan McDermott.
In a line of fire.
I had the same thought.
Oh, okay.
Time passes, and good old Scotty is,
hanging out with Midge.
He's hanging out with Midge.
Asking about bras.
Yeah, weird. He's discussing his retirement from the force. He also is now has a phobia of heights, which makes him gets vertigo and dizzy, and you just can't do it.
Do you know when I was watching the trailer for this movie?
Yeah.
And they actually did the definition of vertigo before
the actual phobia here.
So they did the definition of vertigo. They showed the title of vertigo. Only one man can do a movie about vertigo, and that's Alfred Hitchcock, and that's the deal. And they give away the entire plot of the whole movie in the original trailer. They give the plot away where there's Midge and there's Madeline and
The Judy.
Judy.
Wait,
They give that away.
You can't give that away. That's
They
the
give that
twist of
away.
the movie. Anyway,
They give that away. Trailers wrecking films since 1958.
Oh my god, he mentions a guy he's gonna go see, an old friend named Gavin. He thinks he may get over his fear of heights by trying different little heights at a time. Yet,
and then we get the terrible acting.
Yet he looks out the window, unfortunately, and ends up slipping and falls and faints into Midge's arms.
Midge's arms. Like, seriously,
Poor
that is
Midge.
terrible acting.
I gotta give it, poor Midge. This girl's hanging on by...
Loves him so much.
But, like, kind of won't get into that relationship, Scotty does meet up with Gavin. Gavin, he's a rich businessman, by the way, a rich mogul. Gavin has a special request to follow his wife and kind of protect her. Because she's kind of been a little loopy. There's like some sort of unknown force that's taking over her and making her do strange activities. His wife seems off, spacing out.
The girl in the painting.
Yeah, going out on strange car rides. Scotty refuses, but insists to watch them over dinner, and that's when he sees her at dinner and he's like, whoa, this woman is smoking. And Kim Novak in this movie? Wow.
Okay, so
when
I was watching this movie, I was like, oh, Kim Novak. And then after the bay scene where he brings her home and he's got her in that red polka dot
later when she's...
robe.
Yeah.
She is stunning.
No, she's doing...
That is one thing Hitchcock can do. He can film leading ladies and make them look absolutely gorgeous.
He's like Michael Bay and Megan Fox in the first Transformers movie.
100%. She's never looked better. Never looked better.
Again.
Yeah, amazing.
Scotty starts to watch and follow her.
Yep.
Her car turns into an alley, goes into a florist, picks up some flowers.
Yeah.
He watches, gets back in a car, goes to a graveyard.
And then you get that fog.
And you get this like weird fog.
Some people think that's a dream sequence, but it's actually not. It's actually Hitchcock says that he does that on purpose because
it's also very unsettling.
Cloudy in his thoughts at that time.
Yeah, it's a very unsettling thing that helps. Yeah. When she walks off, he does read the gravestone, and it says Carlotta Valdez.
Yeah.
She goes to the museum and looks at a painting in particular.
Don't you like the picture here? So he's got the picture of
her,
the Carlotta.
Carlotta.
Originally, that was going to be Vera Miles, so they painted actually that painting and it looked like Vera Miles.
Oh wow! Okay, yeah. That's
becomes, but Madeline's hair, how it's done, it looks like the pattern of the Vertigo poster.
Yeah, because the spiral, it's brilliant.
Isn't it? It's just the little details like that. So good. He had a really good eye for detail.
Oh yeah.
Like his eye for detail in this movie, particular, all the interior stuff, he had hand drawn.
Yeah. No,
he was big on storyboards, right?
He's crafty.
We talked about this in Psycho a bit, where he storyboarded the whole thing out. He actually had sketches of all like the Ernie's restaurant, the Scotty's apartment, Midge's apartment. He had it all in his mind, and so he never looked through the camera.
Yeah.
So he would just sit next to the camera, never looked in through the camera, and he would be able to tell people mark and edit there, mark and edit there. It's just amazing how a filmmaker was.
How he was, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically she looks exactly like the painting.
Yep.
Flowers and hair the same, and the painting was Carlotta Valdez. She enters an old-looking rundown hotel. Meeting the owner, Scotty finds out that she is under the name Valdez, but the owner says she hasn't been there all day, and when he looks out, her car is gone.
Yep.
Even though he saw her go in there. It's one of those moments. He then goes and sees Midge. She says to visit Pop. He'll know some things because he's been around the city for a while and knows some
San Francisco historian.
This woman must have something to do with some history.
Yeah.
They meet up with Pop, who tells them about the hotel, and it was originally Carlotta's home that was given to her by a very rich man who she was in love with.
Yep.
But he threw her away one day and just, kept the child. She ended up sad and alone and taking her life.
Yeah.
Johnny then goes with the information to Gavin. Gavin does explain that his wife Madeline is the great-granddaughter of Carlotta and seems possessed by her. Like, actually possessed by her. Johnny continues to follow Madeline, who stands at the base of the Golden Gate Bridge, and she ends up jumping into the water. And so what happens is Scotty jumps in, saves her. Takes her back to his house to dry off, and when she wakes, she hardly remembers what happened. This is that scene you're talking about. She's a stunning creature.
Yeah.
Scotty calls and tells John that Madeline's 26 and Carlotta did commit suicide at 26.
Yep.
And the next moment, Madeline's gone. And you actually get to see Midge watching from afar. It's like a weird scene.
I just want to say that the idea of the husband of coming up with this idea that to kill his wife and to blame it on the 20... No, but just to blame it on the 20s, the Carlotta thing with the jewel and all that. It's a clever way of killing your wife.
Oh, no, that's why it
Do you
works
reckon the
in this
wife's
movie.
dead already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but the coroner does a terrible job. Doesn't he?
Doesn't need to. He thinks they
suicide.
play it.
Yeah.
They play it well.
Yeah.
The next day, John continues following Madeline.
Yep.
She returns. Yeah, Scotty. She returns to his house to thank him, and the two of them go off wandering together.
Is that the white when she's in the white coat? She's in the white coat with a black scarf.
Yeah, she has this.
Yeah, it's very.
I
good.
remember distinctly because she has this pin that she continues to wear throughout
That is a really good.
The two of them, they go to the forest.
Outfits here.
Madeline.
It is the white coat, yeah.
Madeline becomes Carlotta in this scene, and John seeks the truth as to why this happens. He needs to understand.
Yeah.
She runs for the ocean, but John stops her.
Yeah.
Madeline pleads for help. The voice tells her she must die.
This is a terrible acting performance by Barbara Novak in this sense.
Man,
it's so bad.
They're struggling because it's like, how do you convey this? But you have to be so dramatic in this scene.
Well, you have to be a good actress.
Scotty.
Sorry, Barbara.
Scotty sees Midge, who is trying to talk to him, but she has weirdly been painting the portrait of Carlotta.
Yep.
And it upsets him and he leaves. What is she doing? She has a weird plot in this movie.
Yeah.
Dear Midge. Madeline sees Scotty the next day, discussing the dreamlike state places she visits. They go to the old church and they go to the stables to help Madeline remember, old places Carlotta used to go. It doesn't help, but John does, she remembers something, but it doesn't help. But John confesses his love to her. But she says he needs to let her go if he loves her, and she needs to enter the church alone for some strange reason. A church with a tall steeple and a bell tower. When he realizes, he's like, oh my God, she's going to go jump. He tries to climb up the stairs, but he struggles, of course, because he has a fear of heights. He has vertigo. But it's too late because she falls to her death, unfortunately. A small trial is held about the case. The jury do rule her death as a suicide. And Gavin just straight up goes, I don't blame you, John. You know what happened here? We knew what killed Madeline. Yeah. It's such an odd scene.
But they sort of blame him, don't they?
They blame, but everyone else is just giving him flack for it because, you couldn't, vertigo. Yeah. You couldn't save her. And it's like, brother, he's got a serious ailment. Okay. John sleeps but is startled by a freaky nightmare. Oh my God, this is freaky. And he starts remembering things like the flowers, the ghost of Carlotta, the fall, everything. And he ends up hospitalized. And he's seeing Midge. He's completely nonverbal, totally out of it. And yeah, he's been committed. Like he's got nothing. Midge discusses with the doctor, and it's, part of his guilt complex and the fear of just crippled him into the state.
Yeah.
Time eventually passes, and John returns to the places Madeline used to go to. And he sees a glimpse of her, like in others, like an old woman with the same hair and in the same car, and he's just so weirded out. Then he sees a brunette, auburn-haired-looking girl that looks almost identical to Madeline. It intrigues him. He follows her, weirdly, stalks her into her apartment. The girl is named Judy, but he is apologetic. He's like, you just remind me of someone.
Yeah.
And she's like, and he's like, I'll take you to dinner. Can I take you to dinner? And she agrees.
Yep.
Really odd. It's a really odd thing. When she leaves, she drops the act, starts packing, and she starts to write a letter about the truth of the plot.
And it's absolutely a terrible scene.
It's a terrible scene because
it's right up there with when he pretends to have vertigo on that chair.
Yeah, she goes in that the plot was Gavin wanted to kill his wife, take her money and leave, and he saw Judy.
Didn't need that.
He picked up Judy, was like, yeah, I need a plot.
Yeah.
You're going to pretend to be my wife with this whole possessed ghost thing. And I'm going to choose this guy, this detective I know who had
vertigo,
who had an accident involving heights. So when you have to climb upstairs. I think the vertigo thing works. I think it works.
No, I'll tell you why it doesn't work. It's because there is vertigo, but you don't know if he's going to go up the stairs. You just don't. Because he's been up in heights. He's gone into high buildings and stuff like that. Yeah. You just don't know.
He's betting on it.
He's just betting on it. But that's a risky bet to take. We're going to kill him up there as well?
It was a good enough bet.
Oh, I don't know. That's a risk bet. That's a risky bet. There's holes in that bet.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's not a sure thing.
But it does turn... Yeah, but it turns out Scotty was just the pawn in Gavin's game. So Judy... acted as her, but as Madeline, but she actually did fall in love with Scotty. She fell in love with this guy.
But that's why it doesn't work with Jimmy Stewart.
You don't think she could... When she doesn't look like Madeline, she looks like Judy. She looks really young there. And I think, it doesn't work. But when she looks a little bit more sophisticated and older as Madeline, it kind of works. It works.
Kind of.
She tears up the letter, hoping she can make him fall in love with her.
It just goes to show how good of an actress Grace Kelly is, because it's believable that Grace Kelly falls in love with Jimmy Stewart.
Oh, and Rear Window.
It's just believable.
And also again with Cary Grant in How to Catch a Thief. Yeah. Cary Grant.
Babes, it's Cary Grant. You fall in love with him anytime.
I know I do. I do.
There's a big difference between Jimmy Stewart and Cary Grant.
Even at dinner, he's still looking at other people to look for Madeline. It's still in his mind.
Yeah.
She kind of was like, oh, maybe this won't work, but he begs her to continue the courtship.
Yeah.
They, go out. He even buys her clothes, but they have to be Madeline's clothes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So and then you have to have your hair like her. Yeah. She has this whole makeover. She's really like, if I turn myself into her, will you love me? Like, will it be over then? And he's like, yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So she does it. Because she just wants him. She just loves him.
Yeah.
Maybe because she did a horrible thing too by lying to him all this time. She got away with murder.
Yeah.
So she's an accomplice. So she's a bad person too.
Yeah.
They're all bad people.
Yeah.
Gavin, Scotty, and Judy. All bad people.
Yeah.
Okay. she's a bystander. Poor thing.
Strange, Midge.
Anyway, so she finally makes the transformation.
Yep.
They're happy. They're going out to dinner. She's like, she wants to put on this necklace. He helps her. It is the exact necklace of the Carlotta's necklace.
And it snaps him out of it.
Yeah. And he's like,
He worked it out.
oh, let's go somewhere.
Yeah.
And so they get in the car.
He works it out straight away.
And she's a little, like, oh, okay, yeah, what's... And then he's like, he clocks it and, like, he starts doing his detective thing. He lists all the things, like, you used me, blah, 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 blah. And we're going back. We're going back to fix this. And they go all the way back to where Madeline died.
So scared.
And she's terrified, and he just is dragging her along.
Yeah.
And forcing her up. Yeah, forcing her up. He manages, like, just pure will to go up the stairs, which is something that's said at the start of the film about his, like, vertigo, his phobia. The only way he could probably get rid of it by doing something as, like, as traumatic. Again,
the way he films that, the vertigo, the camera, like
it reminds me of like the Batman 1989 Tim Burton with the church steeple. Same thing.
Yeah,
kind of
a lot of directors have crap from this movie.
Anyway, so they get up to the top of the steeple about the fall and everything, and she's just like, oh, I just no, I wanted to all go back. Like she's like pleading with him, and he's upset.
Then they kiss. And
they kiss.
All things looks all
which,
good.
By the way, they're kissing in this. Awful, by the way. I think it might be Jimmy Stewart. I've noticed it a lot. He kind of like grabs on and molds the face.
I'll tell you he's a good kisser. Michael Douglas. He's a great kisser.
I love that guy.
Love that guy.
So yeah, they kiss. They think they're
Speaking of like kissing movies,
they're going to brush it over and be like, yeah, maybe they're going to smooth over. Then the nun comes out in the dark. In the darkness, she's spooked and just falls out of the window to her death.
Yep.
And then the nun just rings the bell and is like, oh.
Jimmy Stewart is like standing over.
Like, it is just an ending. And
it's actually a great ending.
It works because, one, never happy ending. Because if they did end up together, it's kind of awful.
But I think that's why it wasn't a box office success. Because that's why Rear Window is a box office success. Because they end up together.
The leads end up together.
And that's why this movie doesn't work.
Because they're all bad people.
Yep.
But that's what I'm saying. It's
and because the husband gets away with it, you just don't know what happens.
I don't mind.
Oh, I hate the husband.
I hate him, but
reasons to
how to go with the murder. Wow, this film is like it is like Hitchcock
the
being
little
incredible.
use of animation with the flowers and stuff, the colors.
The constant callbacks, this is Hitchcock's like most well crafted of his films.
Yeah,
like you can't right up there with Psycho.
Right up there with Psycho. Yeah,
it's just so.
That is a really well.
They're so movie. Brilliant, but this film is incredible, and I think its shortcomings only come from the acting.
Yeah,
which choices?
He gets blinders, I think, with actors. But and he also tells them how to act in his movies as well.
Yeah.
I think he lost, like, a lot of directors lose their fastball towards the end of their career, but he produced, like, 2 of his best movies towards the tail end of his career.
Yeah.
Amazing.
The reasons not to.
Jimmy Stewart. Good boy.
I don't want to say Jimmy Stewart, but it probably
is. It is. I think he's the weak link of this movie.
And then when length. Like, you do feel that you feel the length towards the end.
And the giveaway. The
letter giveaway
The letter giveaway is on. You could do the letter giveaway, but do it as a repeat when they're walking up the staircase.
I remember it quite well when I first watched this. And I'm like, oh, the letter? Like, the letter this is just terrible. The worst.
And it's terrible acting as well.
Yeah, I feel bad because Kim Novak probably isn't as she works in a Hitchcock movie in probably some of the other ones. Yeah, if she was in other ones, it's more like
you needed. Hitchcock, you need what you needed in this film.
Hitchcock makes
you needed Grace Kelly in this film.
Yeah, well, she wasn't acting.
Yeah, I know, but she would have been perfect in this film.
Yeah, that's where I'm like, does Grace Kelly even go for something like this? Like, we never got to see her that way. I mean, the closest we got to like stuff with the Country Girl, but yeah,
should have been great in this film.
I think not only would she have been great, she would have been nominated.
Yeah,
because that's how amazing she is. It's so hard because people do glaze this movie way too much.
I think it's because it's technical. I think
it technically is a genius, but
the letter scene is a real It's a real bone for me.
I don't know what I struggle with because
And
I
Jimmy
love
Stewart's
it.
acting. Oh my god.
I
Does
love
it
it, but
deserve
I
to be on the
struggle
list?
with it.
I think it does.
I think it does. You know what?
I
You
think
know what I
the
would do?
original spot is better. The 62.
You know what I would do? I would probably, unfortunately, I'd probably unfortunately get rid of North by Northwest.
Wow.
Put that in North by Northwest spot.
Yeah, but
Put
this originally was 62.
Yeah, but I'd put that in Northwest spot.
Yeah.
Then put Rear Window up further because I like that one more. And then Psycho should take this spot because
Psycho should be top 10.
Psycho is like I think
that's his magnum
Alfred
opus.
Hitchcock was never an A-star director. He's like one of the best directors of all time, but he's not an A-star. He's a B-star. Like his movies are B-star movies.
But
that
I
are the
reckon if you
greatest of their
change
craft.
the ending of Psycho,
It's not a bad thing. It's
and
just what they are.
create the vertigo ending where you just straight on the face of Anthony Perkins. That's the end. You don't get that silly speech from the psychiatrist. I think it's a fantastic film, Psycho.
No,
it's perfect.
I think that Psycho's just way more. Just again, technically, with just that whole setting, the unnervingness, The only thing that this film does better is that constant callbacks, like the way going back to the same spot she went to and eventually discovering the truth. Like, it is great, and I love seeing it, but it is a very long-winded
For
film.
me,
For
Rear
this.
Window is so much better than this film.
I prefer it, but I don't know if it's the best. But this is definitely
better than this film.
I feel like people just glaze it too much. But I will say, the score is probably one of the best scores in all of cinema.
Would you buy it on Blu-ray? Yep, we own it. You
I'd buy
got to
it.
have some Hitchcock movies on your list. I think Strangers on the Train. I think Rear Window. I think To Catch a Thief. Psycho.
Man Who Knew Too Much.
Yeah, Man Who Knew Too Much.
Okay, that one is bad acting as well, but love.
Would you watch this again? Yeah, for sure. I love Hitchcock movies. Bravest One. I think it's a banger.
I think, yeah.
I think it's a banger. It's not an all-time classic. I think
It's
the
just
all-time classic for Hitchcock is Rear Window and Psycho.
In our opinion, yes.
That's what this is about.
Because I know people are going to be upset, like,
funny.
not Vertigo. It's like, it's phenomenal, but again,
There's some problems with this movie. Even Hitchcock said it himself. There's some problems with this movie. There's holes in this movie. Hitchcock didn't like the letter scene.
I hate the letter scene.
No, Hitchcock hated the letter scene.
I want it out. If you take
He
it out,
wanted it out too.
if you take it out, I think I like this movie a little more.
He hated the letter scene. He said it was unnecessary.
It's unnecessary because
He said it was too much.
the moment you get that necklace, it's one of the
And it's
best.
also terrible acting.
Okay, I can get over the acting.
Okay, that is it for today's show. Next week, number 8.
Number 8.
Schindler's List.
Wow, it's gonna be our first time.
First time for you?
Yay.
Wow, you're going to really love Ray Fiennes in that movie.
I don't think. Am I?
Nope. Liam Neeson, Steven Spielberg directed and written by based on a book, Schindler's Ark, by Australian Thomas Keneally.
Oh, it's Australian?
He's Australian.
I didn't know that.
Thomas Keneally.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That is it for today's show. Don't forget to leave a comment below, like, follow, and subscribe. And we're coming towards the end, and we're going to have a special ending for this series.
The end.
Coming in the couple of weeks, we'll announce what's happening with the last movie on the list. And then after the list, we're going to do a ranking show. And then we're going to do movies that we think should be on the list. And then we're going to do
we're going to
a
discuss
modern day AFI top 100, to preempt the AFI with the modern day movies, which we're going to take from the countdown, which we're doing at the moment.
Oh,
so
man.
The AFI's not going
that.
anywhere. You think it's only got 8 weeks left? No, we've got more content all ready to go.
We can still squeeze it out of it.
Yeah, we've got another year left of this.
We got this.
That's it for today's show. Long live cinema. And until we meet again, it's bye for now.
Bye.